wish you could swim like a dolphin, like dolphins can swim. And nothing will keep us together. We can beat them forever and ever. We can be heroes just for one day. I will be king, and you will be queen, and nothing is driving away. We will be heroes just one day. We can be elves just one day. I can remember standing by the wall and the guns shoot out above our heads, and we kissed as though nothing could fall, and the shame is on the other side, so we can beat them forever and ever, and we can be heroes just for one day. We can be heroes.
They say, oh my, my dear.
I can tell by your eye that you probably been crying forever. And the stars in the sky don't mean nothing to you. They're a little. I don't wanna talk about it. How you broke my heart. If I stayed here just a little bit longer, if I stayed here, won't you listen to my heart? Ooh, my heart. If I stand alone, will the shadow hide the color of my heart? God, for the nights, feel the stars in the sky. Don't mean nothing to you, there is me. I don't wanna talk about it, how you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, my heart. I don't wanna talk about it, how you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, my heart. I heard you played a secret chord. David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: fourth or fifth, might have fallen a major lift. Back in composing, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your face was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her living on the roof. The beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to her kitchen chair. She cut your hair. From the lips she drew you. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Baby rose the God of birth, all I ever learned from love. Somebody, yeah, yeah. It's not a cry that you killed me. Not someone who's seen the light. It's gold and it's so broken. Hallelujah. This one's for you.
What is that?
You'll know as soon as it starts.
You're right.
10 points.
Huh?
10 points. Would you dance if I asked you to dance? Or would you run and never look back? Would you cry if you saw me crying? Or would you save my soul tonight? Or would you tremble if I touched you? Would you laugh? Oh, please tell me this. Would you die for the one you love? Would you wear your rose tonight? I can be your hero, baby. I can push away the pain. I will stand by you forever. You can't take my breath away. Would you swear that you always be mine? Or would you lie? Would you run and hide? I'm too deep. Have I lost my mind? I don't care. You're here tonight. I can be a hero, baby. I can kiss away the pain. I will stand by you forever. You can't take my breath away. Take it away. Mr. Angel on guitar.
Yep.
Sunglasses, bandana, leather jeans, cowboy boots.
Leather dreams?
Yeah, it's a new fashion, okay? Get used to it. What happens when you're at the top? with the sand. Don't be discouraged or realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all. The darkness inside you make you feel so small. Show me a smile then. Don't be unhappy. Can't remember when. If I saw you laughing, this world makes you crazy, and you take all you can. Just call me up, 'cause I'll always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors, beautiful. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors, beautiful, like a rainbow. Can't remember when I last saw you laughing. This world makes you crazy, taking all you can bear. Just call me up, 'cause I'll always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors, are beautiful, like a rainbow.
They say, oh my
That evening all. Welcome to the Irish pub. Pull up a chair and a Guinness, sit back and listen. If you can't listen, shut the fuck up. I met my girl by the gasworks wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town. dirty old house. Clouds are drifting across the moor. Cats are prowling on their beat. Brings a girl from the streets at night. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Mr. Angel on fiddle.
Fiddle.
Yeah, couldn't find a damn violin to save your life. But you got a fiddle, that's the main thing. I heard a siren from the docks. Saw their train set the night on fire. I smelled the spring on the murky wind. Dirty old town. And that ends the evening's entertainment. We'd like to thank the 3,000 people that attended. And remember, social distancing is very important. That's right, no kissing in the aisles, no Jaffa throwing, and certainly no polywaffle tossing through the
I
air.
haven't actually looked if anyone's come on.
No one's there, but that's the main thing. It's not the audience you have, it's the audience you could have had.
YouTube celebrity.
I care not if no one's there. They've all got better things to do. Damn, it's one of those. Yeah, would you like a cigarette?
No.
Go on, it's yours.
No.
No. Just not happening. Good evening. Oh, someone was there. Just for a moment, I was going to give them the announcement of the major prize they've won, but they've gone now. Doesn't matter.
What, you saw a number or you saw someone comment?
No, I just saw a number. It's all okay. They've been on for a few days. Maybe they think we've left them.
Yes.
Hello, VMAC. Had a work call just as I arrived.
Hey, VMAC, I'll be on in a sec.
Well, things are opening up fast here, VMAC, but we're being cautious still. Lots of people back at work.
Probably was listening to you singing.
No, she wouldn't do that. She wouldn't punish
Yeah.
herself. She wouldn't punish herself. She's a smart woman. Got the new fence up today. It's quite warm, 28 degrees here today. Mind you, that's winter. It's currently 19.3 degrees Celsius, of course. Yeah, we're doing the same. Like they've opened up places. I don't see how a cafe or restaurant can survive having 10 customers at a time. 4 square metres per customer. That means if you and I go out for a meal, I'll have to yell across 3 tables to talk to you, VMAC. Yeah, so it's some silly rules. You know, open up pubs, 10 patrons. Imagine the bloke standing outside. Can someone piss off so I can come in for a drink? Of course, it'll be loosely guarded. But they're being careful. We've had one, and it was an overseas visitor, 3 days ago. We haven't had, other than that, for 10 days, had nothing here. Yeah, I think we've got 7 people in hospital with the virus. The rest are recovered, and that's Australia, not just my state. There's no one in hospital there. But I think they've just got to be smart. Look, I mean, because there's one thing I was going to say that because we've been quite cautious and everyone's been social distancing and everyone's been staying home for weeks, months, doesn't mean that when they all go back that it's all good. It means, in fact, the people who haven't contracted are more susceptible to an asymptomatic, someone who's got it and doesn't know it, or maybe someone who has it. So if you've been sort of in isolation, it's an old known theory that because an immune herd system hasn't been done, it's just been staying away, you're even more vulnerable in it sometimes. Yeah, all the campgrounds are open here. Beaches, fishing. I think they're about to knock down the state barriers, otherwise I couldn't go more than 150k north, south, east or west. Well, I wouldn't go west because that's the ocean, but it was restrictive. But now they're going to open everything up. I think, what's today? Wednesday? I think it's Friday. They open up the whole state.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Except the vulnerable communities, Aboriginal communities further up north. They're
So what?
out of bounds. Cafes, restaurants, pubs can open but have no more than 10 people. Can you imagine an Australian pub with just
God.
10 people?
No.
There's 5 barmaids in every pub. So there'll be a customer for every barmaid. Price of beer, what is it, ma'am? $400. What? Well, we don't get many customers these days. A lot more buses, trains, and they're talking about interstate air travel within about another 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, no, our state, our borders in my state, Western Australia, they're closed.
Oh, they're not opening the borders though, are they?
No, our borders are closed. It's been stated clearly not for another 2 months. Then they might think about it. We're sort of an island within an island in Western Australia. To the east of us is all desert. To the west of us is all ocean. So we're pretty much protected and have been. But like I say, all these hundreds and thousands of people coming out of the homes in the last few days, what will happen? I don't know. So we're still being cautious. I don't know, like I say, there's all these talks about second wave. It won't be a case of a second wave. It'll be inadvertently going back too early and the first wave catches people. Well, look, I mean, Alaska's got airplanes, VMAC. They can certainly fly stuff in. What is it, Anchorage? Yeah, people can eat. They don't have to come to Canada.
They can bring it in by boat.
No, they'll fly a lot of stuff. I mean, it's the end of the winter in Alaska, so roads should be open. But it's a precarious time when people get complacent because we've had hardly any deaths. No one's sick anymore. Doesn't mean it's not there. Yeah, you're going to get a few idle threats, VMAC. Let's be brutally honest. Canada does not need Alaska. Alaska is part of the US, so get on with it. Tell Trump to send them some Twinkies or something to keep them, tide them over. But it's quite warm tonight, 19 degrees.
Getting my dressing down.
28 during the day. Not sure when you're going to see 28 degrees. The first day of winter is actually June the 1st in Australia. So it's a couple of weeks away, but and it will get cooler. Yeah, I imagine that was the case. You're talking about some big savings, I imagine. Plus, the US dollar is a bit more powerful than the Canadian or Australian, so there's a bit of extra savings when they come. Well, all else fails, people in Alaska can go and shoot a moose. Actually, I made a lasagna this afternoon. I just sent my daughter, who doesn't live too far, well, one of the daughters doesn't live too far away, just sent her a photo. She said, be around in 5 minutes. And they were. 1 degree. Oh dear, that seems extremely cold. May, shouldn't the flies be out and the butterflies dancing and Canadians swimming in the ocean?
Oh yeah, our winter should be their summer, is that right?
Well, they're not summer just yet. They're still in spring, I think. But it's, I think, 28 tomorrow.
Yeah, actually.
Gee, that's unusual. Your trees should be fired up by now. Mind you, plants tell us what's going on. We just need to look around us.
Go to the bottom.
Not even in there.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
I thought I saw it.
Tomorrow is going to be 27 degrees Celsius. Mind you, it's getting down to a brittling cold 11 degrees tonight, VMAC. Ooh. It's a bit of the cloth I think I was using to clean in the windows. Wife is making curtains.
Not making.
Well, alterating.
Yeah.
27, I'd be happy for 11. Yeah, but aren't you normally warmer by now? I've got friends in Canada. May, June are normally, well, middle of May to June. It's usually some of the most beautiful time of the year, they tell me. Warm days, cool nights. Plenty of life, flowers, trees budding. But if your trees ain't budding, they know what's going on. My apple trees are budding. And my test basil is still growing well. I was going to do tomatoes, but I thought I'd try basil. Basil's very cold intolerant, and it's thriving. Yeah, I mean, I know friends that we've got in Europe spend warm days and then back to freezing cold days. So it's a bit like the US and yourself, where you're not getting a change of season, you're getting two seasons in one, like hanging on to winter and the odd day of spring. Haven't had much rain. We had that rain, I don't know, a week ago, but we've had bugger all. I think for the year we might have had an inch if we're lucky. Yeah, well, I'm not sure whether you're allowed to. You say your campgrounds are opening up. But like I say, even though everything is starting to open up here, we're probably a month away from... And there are guidelines at workplaces and barriers and certain things you can't do and social distancing. They still have to be maintained. But within a month, it'll be like normal, but not normal here. But we're still being reserved. See, I would have thought camping in the wilderness would probably be one of the safest places to be.
Yeah, because you
I mean,
wouldn't,
there's not many bears going to be carrying the virus.
unless people that go to like designated camp areas and like a caravan
Party time,
camping area.
And I think BMAC just goes bush camping.
Yeah, we might go isolation, away from everyone else, but I suppose there's campgrounds where people, I don't know, example, 20 tents to an area or something.
Anyway,
Yeah, see?
Did
Join
get-
groups.
I did get an outdoor setting this week. It's a 5 foot by 5 foot, and it's a metre high, which is nice. So that's what we got this week. Right, al fresco dining. Yeah, I suppose
Yeah.
just restricting people a little bit longer is still smart, gotta be honest.
Camp in your backyard. Next
Yeah,
door
it's
did
not
that.
really the same though.
It's not the same, but you can still sort of say you camped.
Yeah, it's this time of year most Australians are out camping too. The heat's sort of gone and they can get away, but no one's doing it yet.
All the, what's the name, grey nomads would be on the move too. Would go up
Yeah.
north.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere.
They
Oh,
go
we,
north for the winter, south for the summer.
with the campfires in Australia, you're pretty limited all year round. You know how easy we burn down here. So a lot of camp places have a designated campfire. The old days, I'd just rock up down the beach, dig a bit of a pit, throw a few limestone rocks in there, some dry seaweed, timber, light a fire. Those were the days. Still, hopefully we all get through this. Yep, sounds like a good plan, VMAC. Nothing like a bonfire to lift the spirits of people, that's for sure.
You still allowed to buy fireworks, are you? We're not.
Yeah, I haven't
We're
been able
not
to
allowed
buy
to buy
fireworks for
the
over 40
nice-
years there.
Yeah.
Not permitted. Mind you, my country does burn easily. Yes, so our next 4 days are 27, 23, 23, 23. However, on Monday of next week goes down to 19, then 18, 19, 19 and 20. Bloody freezing. Now, in Australia we have lifeguards, of course, but they work in designated points. If you happen to be half a mile up the beach, and we have a lot of beach, try 25,000 miles of it, yeah, no one's going to come and save you. I haven't used a jackfruit. I've eaten one. Not sure what you're doing with your fruit, VMAC. What the hell, is this a story you need to tell? What's going on there?
Maybe cooking, because people cook with it. Stuff. I don't know. See?
I'm typing on my other one. I'm using my other phone to type. It's nothing special. A lot of fruits like that. Jackfruit, breadfruit. What's the stinky one?
Oh. Durian.
Durian. They've got little clusters in them. Some taste okay.
I think you might have to Google.
Some taste dry.
Google, because I do know the Thais do something with it, but I can't remember. Just
I think you can. Yeah, I think jackfruit can be cooked. Yeah, it's sort of a strange looking fruit, along with, what do you call the stinky one? Durian, that's another strange looking fruit. Travelling to Thailand in particular, you see all these different fruits.
I think they
can cook jackfruit.
yeah, but I'm not sure. I know they put it in salads.
If you've got to think too hard about it, VMAC, just give it to your neighbour. Oh no, I will give it back and say, yep, we've had our piece out of it, thanks. Yeah. Or discreetly bury it. You certainly wouldn't want a bunch of jackfruit. Imagine if they grew like grapes.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
goodness.
curries and stuff, VMAC. You can put it in curries. I'm just having a quick look for you. vegans are taking it by storm apparently,
I know they crush it up sometimes.
and making burgers and all sorts.
Yeah. See, if there was no meat on the planet, I'd be okay because I quite like mushrooms in any form.
Dessert.
Mushroom burger, crumbed mushroom.
There you go. You can put it in curry. You can put it on a burger. You can make it as a dessert.
Or you could just bury it. No one will know. 3 o'clock in the morning.
Jackfruit.
Yeah, there was all your sort of strange veggies and cooking over there, or pounding them and making a mash.
I think we mainly saw the Thais put it in salad, mate. It was warm though.
Oh, I think they use it in some of that som tam. But it's not something I'd go to the shop and look for, I'll be honest. I mean, the question beggars, where the hell did she get it from? VMAC, if your neighbour gave it to you, she's not growing them. Definitely not in Canada.
Yeah, I would Google YouTube. Well, apparently, because I was just having a quick look for you. Apparently, it is good for you, and yes, a lot of vegetarians do eat it. Oh, she's Asian, and she should have told you some recipes. But I do remember in Thailand, they made a warm salad with it.
Can be mashed
Condiment,
up to be
yeah.
like a thickener.
And I remember also dessert. They put it into like a custard mix.
Actually,
What else did I saw them.
I just remember like wasn't something special. But our pak choy are going crazy. They make you love them. English silver beet, that's going well. Broccoli's looking good. No heads forming yet, but not too far away. Yeah, I think it's one of those things I'd use possibly making a curry paste. In other words, I'd make it inclusive. You know, when you use your mortar and pestle.
Oh, I didn't mind the taste, but the taste does change when you put it in. Like it tasted different eating it fresh to having it in a warm salad.
For me,
that makes sense.
Yeah, but for me, if you've got to get something and do something to it to make it palatable, just don't eat it. It's like, I mean, avocados are okay, don't get me wrong, but they're pretty damn tasteless unless you do something with them, add something with them.
Well, that's a lot of things you have to. That's.
No, name one. Name them.
Well, that's how I feel about steak. There you go. If it's not done something with it, I won't just eat a piece of steak.
Well, I'm making stir fry tomorrow with a nice piece of fillet steak. Probably make it either teriyaki or honey soy. Not much difference between honey soy and teriyaki, but a bit of additions. But you'll eat that.
Yeah, that's different.
Stir fry tomorrow night, VMAC. We get in early before I put the meat in. It'll be vegetarian. Then I'll add the meat.
But I really would watch a video on it, VMAC, because there is a bit of art to attacking it, to actually getting to the fruit.
Just bury the damn thing.
No.
Be done with it, VMAC.
It's like durian. It's an acquired taste.
Stinky fruit. You can smell it a mile away.
Oh, that sounds nice actually.
Sounds nice. Sounds very avant-garde. Having a nice glass of white would be
And
appropriate, I think.
with a nice loaf of bread. Very nice rye bread.
Or focaccia would be nice with them.
Dark bread.
Embedded with maybe calamari olives and sea salt. No bread. Oh.
No, I'm the bread
You're
eater.
gonna waste away to nothing, V-Mac. No carbs. Oh, I nearly dropped the phone.
You did drop the phone.
Now what? Get a lawyer. I don't know if I could show my little greenery.
It's too dark down there.
I could take the torch. V-Mac appreciates vegetables, so I'll take her for a little walk. I'm taking you for a walk, V-Mac.
I don't know how good that battery is.
On this? Yeah, not too good.
We just have to get up close and personal.
Don't be scared, V-Mac. Bit of a solar light there, we're good. Oh, you haven't seen these two things too that the missus got. I'll show you. She got a bird feeder with a little angel. Of course, she couldn't help herself. She got a little crocodile. Water for the birdies. So she got one for feed and one for water. These are the herbs. They're going all right, actually. I'm saying basil is my temperature. That's going pretty well. Am I still here? English spinach, red onions, spring onions. Yeah, it is. There is some iceberg lettuce. The broccoli are looking pretty damn fine. And here are the pak choi that go crazy. Yum. Put some of them in the stir fry tomorrow. And there's some leeks down the end. And the blueberries. But yeah. Them is the broccolis. But look at these pak choi. They've gone berserk. Lots of leafy stuff. I don't know if we'll see it, but oh yeah, you'll see some of them. See the buds coming out in the apple tree? Starting to get going. It's going to get dark again now, don't be frightened. Not yet. We've got plenty of time for root veggies. Beetroots, parsnips, turnips. You know, when all these leafy first crop of broccoli are finished, I'll be putting more in.
Planted carrots.
Yeah, but they're only for one of our granddaughters.
I'm more like the son.
The what? Oh, you mean you? Yeah, too.
Terry.
He likes them, yeah.
He loves just picking them out of the garden.
But it's not a
and
big
washing them.
area for gardening, but
You see what I wrote? The Min Min light will get you.
oh, they don't know about the Min Min light.
Do you know about
do
the
they?
Min Min light, VMAC?
Hello, Tony. Tony knows about the Min Min light. Yes, he knows about the Min Min light, all right.
I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go opposite what he puts.
What?
I'm going to put 96.
Right. It was the cold, dark night. Tony Abbott was out hunting kangaroo. The car would not start.
It's the Min
The
Min.
lights failed.
It's the Min Min lights.
But on the
VMAC.
ridge, deep into the forest, he could see a glowing orange
Min Min
Light.
lights. It's an Aboriginal.
dancing up and down the spirit world.
It's an Aboriginal folklore, but people say they have seen them. It mainly happens out at across the Nullarbor.
Godicha man will get you, Tony. Come to the Belangolo State Forest. I'll look after you.
But no one can sort of agree. Is the Min Min light doesn't hurt you?
It's led people to their death over cliffs and things.
I thought it also led people to safety.
Never heard that.
Tony, has it?
I never did it, Tony.
Tony, does it lead them to the death or sometimes it save people?
Suddenly Tony's an expert in anthropology
Yeah.
and Australian history. Okay.
Yes, he's the man. He
Right.
talks to the man in the van, so he's got to be knowledgeable and clever. Hey, Ivan. So it is to their death. Never follow the Min Min light, VMAC. If you see a light in the distance that's jumping around like a fairy light flickering, don't follow it.
Stay away from the Min Min light, Tony. Come with me in my four-wheel drive. There's a bloke up the road you might want to meet. They call him the Godicha man.
What's the Godicha man?
Yeah, that's it, mate. Just put your seatbelt on. Oh, I accidentally hit you with the butt of my rifle. Tony? Tony?
Min Min is unexplained light phenomena that has often been reported in outback Australia. Stories about the light can be found. Yeah, I mean, there's a scientific explanation. I always have to ruin it by saying there's a scientific explanation. According to folklore, the Min Min lights sometimes follow or approach people and then disappear, sometimes very rapidly, to appear later. There you go.
Tony's gone missing. Just tell everyone he left a note. And his last words were, shit. Min Min light. Indeed, you must work. You must bring in the Canadian dollar.
Are you going, are you, VMAC?
No, she just clearly stated she's working, but we'll be listening.
Oh.
I'll translate
I'm
for
not
you.
in the room.
She can't read Canadian.
I
I'm
was
doing the
looking up
translation,
the
VMAC.
Min Min light.
I do sign language.
Oh,
She's
shut
working,
up.
working, and with the ear, listening. Yes, and lots more people are working from home now, and there's a big move in Australia not to hire big offices anymore, just have essential core group work in an office and then meet every, say, second Friday for catch-up and discussions. But everything can be done. Technology has always been there for this to occur. We've just been very slow on the uptake when you think about it. There's no reason a lot of people have to be in an office. What is an office? Well, it's a desk with a computer. And then your boss will phone you. Can you come into my office? Yeah, sure. Let's do that scenario from home. Yep. Can you go on screen so we can chat? Yeah, sure. I started working from home, 2004.
Yeah.
16 years ago for me, VMAC. I mean, unless you're a hands-on essential plumber, carpenter, etc., you can't work from home. You can't get on the phone and say, yeah, what I get you to do, lady, is get a wrench and just get under the sink. That's it. Put the camera up a bit higher. Yeah, no, you bugger that up. No, so they'll always be needed. But lots of other things don't need face-to-face. It's like the major government departments. You can certainly put in programs that people that work from home need to work the hours they need to work and achieve certain levels that they would do if they worked in a big office. But if you've ever seen any government department, they're all little cubicles like pigeonholes. They all do sort of statistical things and add and count and divide and buy and sell. But they don't need to be in an office to do that. And you could have an overseer of people that are collectively working for a company who would check on you daily and say how things are going and do you have enough of the proper hardware to do your job. Now, if you think about office space in Australia, now we can't be expensive compared to other parts of the world. I'll give you an idea. Son-in-law and daughter run a business, well not at the moment, they run a business and it is $1,500 a week for an office. Where really they could do all of it from home.
It's not that much a week.
They split. They don't, the other guy has half the office. Yeah.
That's a month.
No, it's a week. Well, when you've got staff that do the job that you require, you don't need to check on them. We know what VMAC does. She sets appointments for Donald Trump, Dr. Fauci, and all the other puppeteers. She tells them when VMAC says, wear a fucking mask, Trump. I can't do that. I can't wear a mask. Why not, Mr. Trump? Yeah, mainly because you're a Canadian telling me what to do. That's never going to happen. I'm the king. Yeah. There are a lot of things that, like I say, periphery of a business that don't need bums on seat in an office. And I think this might have highlighted it during this period because lots of people are still working in Australia in essential services, and there are lots of people who are doing the job in an office that are doing it at home. Like saying, the effectiveness of not paying large rents, instead of housing 100 people in an office, maybe you could house 10. Maybe rotate. Maybe once a month you go in for a week. The other 3 weeks you work from home. Those sort of things will be normal. Interesting subject to see, because there's lots of people I know that are working from home, but I don't know what fields they're working in home from. I'm not going to ask VMAC what she does, but there must be a load of people who've transitioned quite easily from an office to their home.
Yeah, well, they said that in the news. People were surprised what actually could be done from home when you get everything in place. It's just people who don't have the room. Like,
Oh no, you
like
need
we've
less
got an
room at
office.
home than you do in an office.
Depending on the
You
job.
could sit, look, honestly, VMAC could sit in a nice lazy boy and do her job. Yeah, well, childcare in Australia at the moment is free. You can't not get your child looked after here. If you're working, childcare is free. Normally it's about, I'm not kidding you, VMAC, between $160 to $200 a day for childcare. You know, some people work, they might earn like $1,400 for the week. And if they get childcare every day, most of their wage goes to childcare. And they get a measly subsidy, I think it's $6,000 a year they can claim. So it's a lot of money. Childcare never closed here.
I know some did.
No, none of them. So actually, not only did people no longer have to pay, but they were paying the childcare more from government subsidy. So a lot of strange things have happened. A lot of, like I say, what money is not a worry of Australians. Going back to work, you're going to get a lot of people be smart. You're going to get a lot of people just think that it's back to normal. Their instincts will take over from what they used to do. They'll just continue to do. And that could be dangerous. But we're going to go toodle off shortly. Time for Betty Buys. Good catching up with you, VMAC. Hope you have a great day. There's the boss. Oh, that was short and sweet.
Because
So, nothing.
Bloke is in the room.
All right. Have a good day,
Bags under my eyes.
and we will catch up with you. Be safe, be smart, and when you can, be kind. See you later.